Hi there, welcome to my views and news special. Welcome to Shafo Well. He's a member, and today he was the first viewer who commented in this live chat. Hope you're doing fine, Shafo. Then we have Elim Gizao, another second member who joined and commented today is Elim. Welcome to my views and news, Elim. Uni Tafara, third one. Welcome, Uni. Sammy is here too. He says, Hi, Sajid. How are you, Sammy? Eritrologies is asking a question. How? I'll elaborate after a few minutes. Mr. T says, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, Mr. T. Nahom Architects from Addis Ababa joined too. Says, Good evening. How are you, Nahom Architects? Ambacho joined today after a break, I would say. I have been seeing him in live chats, but he was not part of live chats recently, I think. Yam DOS here too. Volo joined too. Mr. T says, Juma Mubarak. Same to you, Mr. T. John Spencer says, hello. Hapto Siyan, what's up, my man? What's new? Freer Tia from Isas says, Hi, Sajid. How are you, Freer Tia from Isas? A says, What the heck, Sajid? What's with the headline? Yeah, it's a very interesting headline. I'll explain after a few minutes. Muhammad Ali, Afar is bad, stay out, Ogadan, very dangerous. He's talking about Afar, Somali fighting, day 4. Still fighting ongoing. GHD here. Mesfin K says, Hi all. Abdi Wahab, Sheikh Saad, hi Sajid, good evening. How are you, Abdi Wahab? Muhammad Ali, Mesfin K, average Dom 2 says, Hello Sajid. What's your take on General Ogola's death? Was it accidental? Well, I don't know. We're not in a position to pass judgments, but let's wait for investigation. Have you heard anything from the government making the death a bit suspicious? Yesterday, no one said a word about any uh, conspiracy behind the death. We were told that it was an accident. Investigation was underway. Nahome S. Safa joined too. Good afternoon. I rarely get to catch these lives nowadays. Yes, Nahom, we have been missing you recently. Somalia One Nation says hello. A says, Hi Sajid, how are you? Tell us the new development about Volkai. I'll be the first one, trust me, whenever something big happens in Volkai, but please don't believe whatever is being reported. A YouTuber a few days ago reported that a dawn strike had been conducted in Volkai or Humera, which was a lie. So let's wait for things to unfold. ये मैस्गन joined too, says hello Sajid, आप कैसे हैं? How are you? I'm fine. ये मैस्गन. Emmanuel Sahle says hello. Ved Toker Himrarib says what's up Sajid. Somalia One Nation likes the headline. Why? Obviously because I wrote Eritrea beats Ethiopia. Somalia welcoming it, but we'll talk about Somalia too in this live chat session. While Ethiopia seems to be behind, Eritrea little ahead. Where is Somalia? Sajid Bhai, Assalamu alaikum. Nisab says, S says, hi from the most beautiful city, Addis Ababa. S says, Soliana Nigato, how are you? I'm fine. By the way, S, Addis Ababa residents should be very careful. Addis Ababa police today confirmed that extensive inspections are underway. You'll see more such measures in coming days, especially if there is any attempt by foreign fighters to increase their presence or to carry out more attacks in Addis Ababa. Our residents should be very careful about how they are using social media, what they are reporting, what they are posting, what they are sharing with others. Because randomly, people's houses could be searched, people's mobile phones could be searched, laptops as well. So be careful. Don't take any sides. Be just neutral and don't post any political content. That's my advice. I'm not frightening you, but in case of more attacks by Fano, we could see actions by law enforcement agencies in Addis Ababa. Imam says, hi Sajid, Assalamu alaikum. I appreciate your talent of analyzing issues. Where did you get every detail of events? Well, I have been covering Ethiopia for more than 3 years now. Lots of people in touch with me, just like we are here interacting. Sacked up, God bless Eritrea. He says, Tisfalam says, hi Sajid. Alexander Mihari says, is any news about Volkai Tegarai? Short Cretan Pile says, hi Sajid Said, our relaxation haven. The headline is seductive. He must be Eritrean, I think. Soccer tournament, are you talking about GHD? Says. Edis Dim says, it's good headline to attract audience. Oh, I have a report published a few weeks ago to prove my point. Mbisa Nile says a Pakistani talking about Africa and then emoji laughing. Why can't a Pakistani talk about Ethiopia? Eritrea? Danwa Media says Salam. Ginny Kirchaval, a new name for me. Ginny Kirchival. Welcome, Ginny. Samuel Takale Gabriel Johannes says, hi Sajid, how are you? Thanks for your unbiased news and explanations. We need more like you in Eritrea and Ethiopia. Thank you. Vairan went a wall, Vollo says. Ahmed Jama, good afternoon, Sajid. It's cold today in Minneapolis. Oh, how much cold in Minneapolis? In Sermo, joined to PFD band says hi. One day joined to says I never went live chat, but the headline is interesting to watch. The Babe Ajata, hi, the Ethiopians sit down and fix the problems with any conditions that how to fix the problem. F. Kaksme says Eritrea beats Ethiopia every time. Abdirrahman joined too. Hello Sajid, how are you, brother? Somali state or Ogaden? It's time to leave Ethiopia. Muhammad Ali Engishom photo says, Hi Sajid, you are fond of Isas, the person who destroyed my country. Those who are Isas supporters, they say I am fond of Brigade Nihamid. Where should I go? Evotem says, Thank you, Sajid. Please give us the news. Somalia, one nation, cannot wait. He cannot wait to see Eritrea beating Ethiopia. Lilo says, Hi Sajid, we believe your news because we did watch you for 3 years. Thank you. I am Oromo joined to Soliana says, exceptional person. You are bringing latest information into. Thank you. Dark Star here to Yizehak joined as well. Samson Tafiri, Yunus Bijine, Muhammad Usman, Avit Tedros, Steve Gunner, Onalis. Several new names today I'm seeing just because the headline is about Eritrea beating Ethiopia. Is it the reason? Amorafano says, Saj, you deleted my comments yesterday. I don't delete any comments, Amora Era. I have a policy that I speak freely, I let people speak. Sometimes people's comments are painful, obviously. It happens. They hit me personally, and sometimes they hit Sarah too, but I tolerate as long as the comments are not provocative. Don't ban anyone. Problem is that YouTube artificial intelligence stops people from commenting if comments are found potentially offensive. That is what YouTube AI does. I have no role there. Potentially offensive comments get auto deleted by YouTube AI. So I have no hand in deleting of these comments. Mihari joined to vendor, Mihari vendor Reeth. Ilyas, Mikias, GDP Eritrea 2 billion, Ethiopian GDP 200 billion. Yes. Interesting figures. By the way, if you want to remain updated, stay updated with the business atmosphere, business news about Eritrea, Ethiopia, do uh, visit my website, myviewsonnews.net. I wrote an article yesterday about Eritrean economy there, and today we wrote about Ethiopian coffee production. Foreign companies are being invited to invest in this sector. There we are covering business news about Eritrea, Ethiopia, and about other countries in the region. I think I should not waste more time because some people could be in a hurry. All the participants are not used to long live chats. So people say, hurry up, give us the news. One media joint says, welcome Sajid. Today's topic is a little bit annoying. Well, let's take it uh, in our stride and let's learn from it. Let's analyze this thing. Let me start, viewers. Today we'll keep the live chat short, just a few questions, comments after my talk. Human Development Index is a measure of how livable a country is. Human Development Index, HDI. And this index measures countries in terms of how livable they are. And reports are published. A report was published last month. And for this report, data was collected in 2022. Entire 2022 data was used to measure countries, how livable they are. And then last month, report the list was made public. Switzerland is at the top. After Switzerland, there is Norway. These two countries, the most livable in the world. I'll talk about criteria too, which was used, the yardstick which was used to measure uh, the countries to compile this list. So on top, there is Switzerland. And at the bottom, there is Somalia. 193 countries listed. On top, Switzerland. And at the bottom, there is Somalia at 193 number. Where is Ethiopia? Where is Eritrea? Eritrea is at number 175. Ethiopia at 176. Uh, this list is a little surprising. Why? Because if you compare Eritrean economy and Ethiopian economy, or Eritrean population and Ethiopian population, Eritrean area, Ethiopian area, Ethiopia is far ahead of Eritrea. Eritrea is painted as if it's a prison house. Westerners call it North Korea of Africa. They say it's not a country, it's a large prison house. But why is that? According to Human Development Index, HDI, Eritrea is more livable than Ethiopia. Though not a big difference. Eritrea at number 175, Ethiopia 176. Somalia, Somalia, one nation was happy just a few minutes ago, and he said he just wanted to hear the news. He was so excited to see Eritrea ahead of Ethiopia, but Somalia is at 193 number. Three main yardsticks were used to grade countries. Uh, Firstly, life expectancy, average life expectancy. Secondly, average total years of schooling. Thirdly, per capita income. According to these three yardsticks, the countries were listed, graded. I think Eritrean education sector for primary education, for basic education, is ahead of Ethiopia. If you compare the number of students out of schools in Eritrea and Ethiopia, I think more Ethiopian students are out of schools. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I know these figures for years, by the way, that Eritrean basic education, primary education structure is better than that of Ethiopia. We know that. Uh, so here, Eritrea seems to be ahead of Ethiopia. Life expectancy. Here too, Eritrea seems to be ahead of Ethiopia. Per capita income, I think here, difficult to say which country is performing better. Why? Amora Era says, please, Sajid, please, I cannot stop laughing. Why? What made you laugh, by the way? Per capita income, we don't know what is per capita income in Eritrea. Why? Because the country does not share its statistics of economy with the IMF. IMF have not been able to collect data from Eritrea since 2019. Only African Development Bank shares data from Eritrea. Why? Because a few months ago we saw that African Development Bank chief visited Eritrea, and he was all praise for Eritrea. He said Eritrean model should be adopted by other countries to model of development. Uh, so we don't know about the economic stats in Eritrea and Ethiopia. But on two counts, Eritrea seems to be ahead of Ethiopia. So these were three main points which were taken into consideration for grading the countries. Now, can we say that Eritrea is more livable than Ethiopia? There are other factors too which were not taken into consideration when this report was prepared. Several other factors like freedom of media, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of expression, civil liberties situation. Uh, what about the status of political parties? What about the status of judiciary's independence? What about transparency? So there are other scores of factors which also affect how livable a country is. But HDI, Human Development Index, only takes into account three yardsticks which I mentioned. So Eritrea ahead of Ethiopia, but both countries, obviously, one at 175 number, other at 176 number, need to do a lot. It does not mean that they are ideal. Djibouti at 171, I think. Kenya also is nearby. So these countries will have to do a lot before coming close to the developed countries. University Abriha says, Sajid, can you make a comparison how many countries in East Africa or Eastern Africa don't like the Western countries? We should not say don't like the Western countries. I mean, it's about policies. No one is against the West. No one is against Europe. No one is against the people of the West. It's about policies. We can say that there is one country in East Africa, Horn of Africa, that is Eritrea, which does not like the policies of Western countries. That is what we can say. East Africa is leading HDI from bottom. Yeah. Chief of Hamasian Society, this is one of your better lives. Let the news be heard. And you must be from Eritrea. Kirobil says, where is Pakistan on this HDI? By the way, I did not care to have a look at where Pakistan is, where India is. So most of the time, I don't know what is happening in Pakistan most of the time. I'm not interested because my job is that I should keep myself updated about the Horn of Africa. That is what I am interested in. If I start speaking about Pakistan, then I'll keep myself updated about Pakistan. I don't know where Pakistan is placed, where India is placed. I think America is, I don't know, it's grading, it's at number 12 or 21, I think. Ilya says school and agriculture and military as well as healthcare are better in Eritrea. but it has less healthcare equipment and high quality doctors. I agree with you. Someone is angry. What a waste of time. Don't do live stream if you don't have anything to talk about. Come on. Uh, just tolerate. Learn from this HDI index. If Eritrea is head of Ethiopia, just swallow it. Both need to do a lot. It does not mean that it's far ahead of Ethiopia. Ahmed Jama says, Sajid, this is old statistical data. Somalia is completely different now. I in just a month ago in Portland, people live comfortably. I don't know what change has happened in Somalia in the last 1 year or so. Has it become more livable? What about the per capita income? Has it increased now? What about the schooling years? Number of schooling years increased within the last 1 year? I don't think so. These so by the way, these types of reports should be cited, should be analyzed, should be used by people to hold their governments accountable. I mean, if Eritrea is at number of 175, Ethiopia 176, Somalia 193, people have right to question their leaders. Why is that? Why can't Somalia be Switzerland? Why can't Ethiopia be Norway? Why can't Eritrea be Canada? Problem is that people are not allowed to ask questions. That is why perhaps these countries are at uh, 175, 170, 193 number. Why? Because there is no freedom of speech, freedom to ask questions, freedom to hold leaders accountable. People blindly support leaders. Here you would see, if I start speaking about Isaias Afwerki, that he's been in power since 1993, 1991, people would say, Sajid, you are against Eritrea. You're against the Eritrean people. You are a foreigner. You shouldn't talk about Eritrea. They'll start calling me names, abusing me. Why? Because I am just questioning that a man in power for 3 decades, no one can hold him accountable. No one can ask him, what did he do the last 30 years? No one can ask Abiy, what is he doing? Where are the democratic reforms? Where is Ethiopian opposition? Is just prosperity party future of Ethiopia? So this is the main problem, that people don't have the freedom to question their leaders. That is why the countries are suffering. Pisseha Kidane says, knowing one's country is better, don't you think? Yeah, I agree, but uh, defending your country blindly is not good. For your country, don't defend blindly. Let people speak, let people analyze yourself too. Monet, I mentioned 3 yardsticks used to compile this report. Monet Media. Dark Star is asking question about referendum in Raya and Volkait. Why? referendum is being proposed. They could be declared independent, self-governing areas like Addis Ababa and Darideva. Well, this arrangement won't get acceptance in Tigray. Tigray will outrightly reject it. Maybe Amhara as well. No, no, Wallo. I don't think Iran said it would respond to Israeli strikes. Israel conducted strikes last night. Iran says that the strikes did not happen. No one from outside carried out any attack on Iran, that only a few micro drones were launched from Iranian territory, and that there is no need of any retaliation. That is what I heard. I read a video on that on the other channel, Conflict News 2042. I agree with you, Valdala. I agree with your comments. Chief of Hamasian's comment is interesting. He says, I am for freedom of speech, but not freedom after the speech. Yeah, Kaliyab, it was collected in 2022. Do you think Ethiopia is better now? If you compare today's Ethiopia and 2022's Ethiopia, how better is Ethiopia now? How better is Amhara region now? In 2022, there was war in Tigray and Amhara. Parts of Afar too. What is happening now? Entire Amhara region destabilized. Tigray still recovering from the mess. I think Oromia seeing more attacks by the Oromo Liberation Army. So the guns have been silenced to the extent of Tigray mainly, I would say, if you compare 2022 and today's Ethiopia. 33 minutes have passed, viewers. I think we should end this live chat session. I'll be back tomorrow. It was good to be with you. We're not against Ethiopia or Eritrea. We're not pro or anti Isas Worki or Abi. But a report has been published with solid data. We should analyze the report. Governments should be held accountable. Why are they at 175, 176? Ethiopia has more to explain. A bigger country, larger GDP, more potential. A regional player it was a few years ago, but now ranked below Eritrea. Somalia, in the end, at the end, 193. Alarming report for the Horn of Arabic. Thanks for watching, viewers. See you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay blessed. Till tomorrow. Bye bye.